Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youthman. Today I've got an exciting unboxing and overview video of two products from Kanto Audio. Down here on the bottom we have the Kanto TUK. These are powered speakers. And then up top we have the SP26PL speaker stands that we'll be unboxing and setting up. And then later on I'll be doing a full review of both of these products. Now before we get into the unboxing, if you are passionate about home theater, audio, as well as video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I produce weekly content that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Now enough talking, let's get to unboxing. So up here, we're gonna go ahead and unbox these. Now the first thing I wanna note is these speaker stands are actually pretty heavy. We've got a net weight of 33 pounds. So this is pretty beefy for speaker stands. So we're gonna go ahead and get those unboxed first. We'll check these out. So we had Jason from Kanto on our Hi-Fi Summit. And so if you didn't get a chance to see that, I believe you can still access that at thehifisummit.com. Did a great job on talking about why it's important to have quality speaker stands, especially if you've got like bookshelf speakers, and in their case, they've got some really cool powered speakers. Nice, so we actually have a box inside of a box because of its weight. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the box here. So inside, got our little owner's manual. Here we've got a bolt pack. Now this is pretty slick. Check this out, guys. So down here, we've got just a nice package here that has all the tools that you're gonna need. So look at that. So we got the Allen wrench, another Allen wrench here. Got different set screws here. Got A and B, looks like they're, yeah, a couple different lengths. There's short ones and long ones. Then over here, I believe these are the spikes. Yep, so these are floor spikes here if you want to use those. And if you have, you know, a room that has like hardwood floor or maybe tile, you're not going to want to use spikes, so you'll want to use something like this, which has a rubber tip. So here we have a couple plates here. Got the Kanto logo right there. These are nice sturdy plates. And what I like too, I can already feel it. So these are nice pads right here. It's already got some padding on it, so when you put the speakers and mount those to them, then you don't scratch up the bottom of them. So here you can see this is hollow. We can run our cables down through that. And here's the other one, same thing. Lay that off to the side. Got a smaller plate here. Another matching smaller plate. Right there. And I'll show you how to use that. It allows us to kind of toe in the speaker and lock that in there, so you get that right every time. And then down here we've got the big heavy jokers. This is our base plate. Now this base plate is really heavy, so that's actually really, really cool. Yeah, that's where all the weight is right there, guys. Very nice. Liking what I'm seeing so far. All right, so the first step we're gonna do is look on the bottom, and we're going to remove these two screws. And inside the box, you have the correct Allen wrench. You'll get the larger one, which is F. And we'll just go ahead and loosen these. Once we have both the screws removed, we'll just lay those off to the side. The next step we want to do is take this kind of hollow plate. We want to line it up with the screws like that. Then we're going to take the other plate and lay it to where we've got this hole here. We want to make sure that this cutout is on the same side as that hole. Just going to lay that right in there like that. And then we'll just line up our holes. We'll take our screws and secure the bottom plate just like that. Now, if you're going to be using this on a carpeted surface, you can use these included floor spikes right here. Just insert those and screw those into those four corners. If you're using this on, like I said, on wooden floors, or if you're using it on like tile, then you can screw these in for the rubber feet. So for now, we're just going to leave these off to the side. And we're going to flip this back over upright. So here is the back. This is where you'll be able to feed the wire through for cable management. And these are the 26-inch. They also sell, I believe it's a 34-inch. I'd have to look that up. All right, so the next step we want to do is mount the top plate to the top of the speaker stand. Now, they've included two top plates, so you can see one is a lot smaller than the other. So the Kanto TUKs are a lot larger. It's one of their biggest speakers that they sell, so we're going to be using this plate and mounting it on here. But if you had the YU4 or the YU6 version, which is a lot smaller profile, you would secure it with this. Now, I showed you earlier, this has a little mounting bracket. We're first going to need to remove that so that we can secure it on the bottom of this larger plate. So it just has a little screw as well as a washer, so don't lose those. Then we're going to take this and we're going to secure it the same way. So we'll put one screw in here. Let me put this off to the side so you guys can see. So right here, we're going to tighten the screw right here. But then what this allows us to do is we can adjust this toe in and we can tighten it down so you always have your base plate at an angle, but your speaker stands can be facing straight forward, which I really, really like that feature. So for now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to use just the center. Just to make it easy, I can always come back and adjust that. But as you can see, I'm mounting it to the center, but it allows me to adjust that toe in so that when we secure it to this bottom piece, we've got our correct angle. But for now, like I said, we're just going to kind of keep it straight and we'll get it mounted first. Now, before we secure the top plate to the speaker stand, I want to show you one thing that's really cool. So inside the box, it's labeled B, is a long threaded screw here. You're going to want to secure the speaker to this top plate first. It'll make it a lot easier on the installation. Once we have it secured to here, then all we do is this will be the front part here. If you can see that. It's got a little, there we go. Probably see that better. So you'll want to make sure that that's at the front because we'll slide this into place and then we'll take the other screw, which is A, and tighten it right here, and that'll secure the top plate to the speaker stand itself. So let's go ahead and get the Kanto TUK speakers unboxed so we can secure those to this top plate. All right, now before opening up the TUKs, I did go wash my hands because on the screws they do have some residue, kind of like an oily substance, so you don't want to get that on the speakers. So I definitely would recommend before you unbox the speakers, go ahead and wash your hands. All right, so we got another box inside of a box. All right, so I love the logo. I love the design. Just super, super cool, man. That is a sweet, sweet logo. All right, let's go ahead and unbox the inner box. Up top, we have the owner's manual, as well as some little rubber feet to go on the bottom and a little, looks like a little sticker. So that's pretty cool. Lay that off to the side. We'll remove this top styrofoam. Now this is pretty cool. I like how they've got the little drawstrings here and then this little fabric bag. So we'll go ahead and remove those. And then there's another little box inside here. And check that out first. So we've got our power cable. Looks like a 3-pronged. So that'll go to one of the speakers. So it's a little 3-prong IEC. We have speaker cable with a nice little banana connection here. A 3.5mm to RCA cable. A USB cable. A Kanto remote control with batteries. And 2 magnetic speaker grills. All right, the next step, you're going to want to flip the speakers upside down. As you can see down here, I just used the felt material, the fabric bag that was included. And we're going to take this front part right here that has a little notch. We're going to face that towards the front of the speaker and just line up the hole. Inside the included supply box, we're going to get out the screws that say B. Those are the longer threaded screws. Line that up. Then we'll just take our Allen wrench and tighten it down nice and tight. Now, as I mentioned before, you can loosen all 3 of these screws and adjust the amount of toe in. And then once you get it the direct angle that you want, then you can tighten all 3 of these back. But right now, I'm just going to tighten these down and leave them facing forward. Now, another nice feature of these speaker stands is you do have different configurations of how you can mount this plate. So you can see there's different angles that you can set it and then still be able to adjust it, just depending on how much toe in or what direction you want your speakers to go. So it just offers a lot of flexibility there. Now the next thing we want to do is feed the power cable. You're going to need to feed this small female end through the bottom, all the way through the top. Just like that. And the final step is just secure the speaker to the speaker stand. So it just slides in this little groove in here, like this. And we're going to push it forward until it locks into place. Just like that. And then there's a little hole right here in the front. So we need to make sure that we take those last 2 screws and secure it to the speaker stand. If we take a look at the front of the Kanto TUKs, they have a 28mm by 35mm AMT tweeter and a 5¼ aluminum driver. On the bottom front of the active speaker, we find a 3.5mm headphone jack, the IR sensor, the input LED display, and the volume knob that functions as the input select knob by pressing it to cycle between inputs. The speakers also come with magnetic grills that easily attach as well as detach. On the rear of the active speaker, you'll find a bass reflex port, a turntable ground post, a USB and a digital input, a set of dedicated phono inputs for a turntable, standard RCA inputs, and a single subwoofer output. Below that, we have a USB port, output terminals for the passive speaker, a port for the AC power, and a power switch. The active speaker houses a Class D amplifier that provides a total of 130 watts RMS, 260 watts peak of amplification. The speakers measure 7 inches wide by 8.5 inches deep by 10.9 inches high and weigh 11.1 and 9.9 pounds. The Kanto TUKs are available in either matte black or matte white and retail for $799.99. Now by default, the active speaker is set as your left speaker. Now in my setup, the power outlet in my room is closer to the right side of the room, so I'm going to assign the active speaker as my right channel. To do that, the first thing we need to do is kind of activate the speaker. I'm just going to press this button here. You can see that the light turned from red to blue. And then all I have to do is hold the right arrow on the remote for about 5 or 6 seconds. And now you can see the LEDs are moving from left to right, showing that the right channel is now the active speaker. If you ever need to change it back, all you have to do is press and hold the left arrow on the remote for about 5 or 6 seconds, and you'll see the LEDs will travel from right to left. So now you can see the left LED is flashing to let you know the speaker is set to the left. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back to the right by pressing and holding the right arrow one more time, and we'll get it to be the right speaker. To pair the TUKs on Bluetooth, all you have to do is select the input for Bluetooth. Give it a few seconds and that light will start flashing. Once that starts flashing on your phone or your tablet, once you're in the Bluetooth settings, you'll see the Kanto TUKs appear at the bottom. Once it appears, we click the TUK by Kanto, and it is now paired. Now, so far, I've only had these hooked up for about 30 minutes, listening to various music, and so far, I'm quite impressed with these little guys. They produce a great sound. I think I'm really liking that AMT tweeter. This is the second set of speakers that I've had an opportunity to hear AMT tweeters in my home, and I just really like the detail and the clarity that it produces, but it's definitely not bright on the top end. But I'll have a full review of the Kanto TUKs here on this channel in a few weeks, so make sure you're subscribed. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.